Namo Buddhaya, and a very warm welcome, dear Dharma friends, to our Sunday Dharma sharing session. I'm Brother Eric, and I'll be your host for today. We are privileged to have with us Bante P. Vinita Thera as our speaker for today. Let us now bring Bante Vinita online. Suki Hotu Bante, and welcome to our Facebook live page, Bante. Okay.
Namo
Let me do
Buddhaya to all of you brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Bante. Okay, let me do a short introduction on Bante P. Vinita Thera. Bante P. Vinita Thera, age 30, was ordained at a young age in Sri Lanka and received his higher ordination in the year 2007. He is currently the bhikkhu in charge at the Tiratana Lumbini Garden, Puchong, and also the principal of the Sunday Dharma School at the Valley Center. He has a BA in Pali, a Buddhist philosophy, and an English major, experimental psychology from the Buddhist and Pali University in Sri Lanka. He also has a major in TESL, that is teaching English as a second language, which he took in the Help University, Malaysia. During his study, he received several top honors and awards for his outstanding results. He is passionate on doing research and has several of his papers presented at the national and international conferences in Sri Lanka. Today's topic is entitled Dhamma Vichaya, which translated into Keen Investigation of the Dhamma, which is our second factors from our Satta Bojjhanga series. Okay. With that, we welcome Bante P. Vinita Thera to deliver today's Dhamma sermon. Okay.
Thank you so much, Brother Eric. Again, brothers and sisters in Dhamma, we may recite Namo Tassa to pay our respect to the Triple J. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Brothers and sisters in Dhamma, once again, I am so happy to meet you to share the Dhamma knowledge about the topic entitled Dhamma Vichaya Bojjhanga. It's one of the matter of awakening among the Sapta Bojjhanga. Sapta Bojjhanga is a lecture series for the upcoming talks at Buddhist Mahavihara in order to enlighten you to be aware of the reality in this world and the practices that you have to practice in the life in order to reach the final goal of Buddhism, the Nibbana, to be free from all kinds of suffering in this samsaric circle. Brothers and sisters in Dhamma, I can remember last talk it was about mindfulness as a matter of supportive matters to enlighten. For the enlightenment or attainment of Nibbana, we need to complete certain practices. When we practice those things, what we have to do is cultivating our spiritual skills. Among the teachings of the Buddha, 7 matters or collection of 7 matters has been found by the Buddha. They have been expounded by him. To be fully cultivated, if we need to be free from all kinds of suffering in this samsaric circle. Therefore, the Blessed One advises us to complete successfully these 7 factors to have a highly developed spiritual mind without suffering and which is full of ultimate happiness. Mindfulness is the first factor that you and I have to fully cultivate, fully develop for the understanding of the reality in this world and realization of Nibbana. We have already discussed that matter at the last talk on Friday, last Friday. Today, we are going to discuss the details about the second matter or the second supportive matter for the enlightenment. That is called Dhammavicaya Bojjhanga. As I explained last week, the term Bojjhanga means a matter or part of supportive factors to enlightenment or for the enlightenment. For the enlightenment or for the attainment of Nibbana, maybe as an Arahant, as an individual Buddha or private Buddha, maybe as a fully enlightened one, Samma Sambuddha. We need to cultivate this as a part of spiritual skills. Let me explain the meaning of the term Dhammavicaya then. For our brothers and sisters, keen understanding. Keen understanding is better. It is the best. To understand clearly and purely, honestly, we need to have a great investigation on everything. We need to have a great investigation on everything. Remember this term. Without an investigation, without an examination, either you or I cannot say anything in details. Neither you or I can explain anything clearly. Neither you or I can explain everything clearly means we don't have a clear understanding or realization about the matters. On the other hand, it's a learning practice. It's a teaching practice. It's a practice which deals with learning. We learn how to describe in details to have a clear understanding. For everything, we need to have this examination or practice. For an example, if you say, if you are a farmer, you should have a knowledge about the land and the types of seeds, plants, how to support those seeds to grow and have the harvest. With experiences, you know how to treat to the paddy field to get the harvest. Before you know the experiences, before you have the experiences, you may learn from someone who is called expert in the field to understand in the process of farming. Then you go to do farming. In progress, in the process, you may understand, you may practice everything. Then you can teach someone how to do farming. In the same manner, if you are a doctor, before doing the treatment to the patients, you have to learn, you have to practice, you have to examine the human body, you have to investigate the cases of the sickness, illness, disease or death of the human life. To learn in that way, a medical student have to do the studies, learning process or investigation. This learning process is called investigation, practical investigation or examination of the subject matters. When you have a clear understanding about the human body, then you can pass the examination of the doctors, or you can graduate as a doctor. After that, you can practice the profession of the doctor. Before this practice as a profession, you need to have a clear understanding about the profession and the process of the profession. Then you may investigate everything. You may examine human body and the causes of the sickness, everything. This examination, this investigation, this learning process provide you a great insight to graduate as a doctor. Without that insight, you cannot be a doctor. In the same manner, brothers and sisters in Dhamma, to complete or to reach our final goal, to enjoy the Nibbana, we need to investigate everything, we need to examine everything. If you need to be an Arahant, if you need to be an individual Buddha, if you want to be a fully enlightened one, you need to understand the reality in this world. To understand the reality in this world, you need to examine all the things which are related to reality in this world. When you examine, when you investigate everything or the nature of the world, as the nature of the world or the reality is meant by the word Dhamma, to attain Nibbana, you need to understand the reality of the world, nature of the world. This nature of the world, the reality of the world is meant by the word Dhamma in Buddhism. Vijaya means that examination. You need to investigate the reality in this world. You need to investigate the nature of the world. That investigation, that learning process with practice is a spiritual skills which is called Dhamma Vichaya Bojjhanga. You need to cultivate this. You need to develop this. What for? This development, this cultivation is for the better or best understanding of the reality and the realization of the reality in this world, and then to attain Nibbana. It's a spiritual quality, as I said. In case of the reality in this world, what you have to understand is very clear. It's very clear. The Buddha says, Dhamma Vichaya Sambojjhango, O Kassapa, Venerable Kassapa, Dhamma Vichaya, investigation or the examination of the reality in this world, or investigating the reality in this world, becomes a matter of spiritual skills that should be developed for the understanding of Nibbana, because this has to be developed. I have well expounded that. I have guided you to understand the investigation. Then, as a spiritual ability, you have to bhavito, to cultivate this. Bhavito, to cultivate this. Bahulikato, more and more you have to develop. More and more you have to develop. What for? Abhinyaya, to understanding the reality in this world, to have the great insight about the reality in this world. Sambhodaya, for the realization of the world. And Nibbhanaya Samvattati, this spiritual skills will cause you to attain Nibbana. Now it's clear. Our brothers and sisters must remember the purpose is very clear. For having a great insight or the greatest insight about the reality in this world, and for the realization of the world, if not, let's say in this way, Abhinyaya means to have a special knowledge about the reality in this world. Sambhodaya, by using that special knowledge for the realization of the reality in this world. That means to extend your insight in highly caliber, high levels. Then Nibbana, when you extend your knowledge or realization in highest levels, you would attain the Nibbana. Therefore, to attain Nibbana with a special understanding and with a special realization, investigating the reality in this world should be practiced as a spiritual skills by you. It should be more and more developed by you to attain Nibbana. This is how investigation or keen examination about the reality in this world has become a spiritual skills that supports you to attain Nibbana. It's a part of attainment of Nibbana. Then, in case of the reality in this world, I said earlier, you need to have understanding about the reality in this world. What was the expressions or the ideas of the Buddha about this matter? About this matter, what Buddha said is very clear. You know the three characteristics in this world: Anicca, Dukkha, and Anatma. Anicca means everything is impermanent. Everything is subjected to decay, change. Dukkha means everything is suffering. Because of being impermanent and suffering, there is no permanent soul in everything. We have to understand reality in this world in this sense. Everything in this world is impermanent, full of suffering, and soulless, no soul. Having understood in that way, you need to examine the dependent origination. If everything is impermanent, because of this impermanency, uncertainty, change in nature of everything. Based on this change in nature, dukkha arises, suffering arises. In Bhante Punnaji's words, insecurity of the life arises. Suffering arises based on the impermanent conditions, impermanent forms, impermanent nature. Suffering or insecurity of the life arises. When the insecurity of the life arises, brothers and sisters, there is nothing in this world with a soul. Then avidya pachya sankara, because of the ignorance, sankara arises. Collection is arises. Because of the sankara patya vijnanam, consciousness arises. In this way, the 12 factors of the dependent origination are the causes of in this world which illustrate the impermanent nature of in this world. Then, because of them having become the causes of the suffering arises in you, in me, and in the world regarding everything. Then there is no to introduce saying that I am or you are, we are also soulless. We need to understand this nature with a great insight, with the greatest wisdom. If we investigate, when you investigate or examine this nature of the world inside your mind, the practice of investigation arises. When it arises, that process is called Dhamma Vichaya. Investigating the reality in this world, that skill has to be developed, cultivated, then has to be more and more developed, again and again developed, and this cultivation and much development inside your mind to investigate everything, looking at them as impermanent nature, as suffering and soulless, that would be a spiritual skill or your mental process to understand the Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths. When we say you know what are the Four Noble Truths, then you would understand there is a suffering in this world. Dukkha Arya Satya we call it. There is a suffering in this world. That's called Dukkha Arya Satya. It is the greatest truth in this world. There is a suffering because everything in this world based on impermanent conditions and soulless conditions. Therefore, everything has change in forms. When there is a change in forms, it's full of suffering, pain, and sorrow. When this suffering or insecurity of the life is available in this world, We have to understand that. Then you understand there is a suffering in this world. When you understand there is a suffering in this world, brothers and sisters, what happens is, if there is a suffering, you may investigate further in details what are the causes for suffering. Why does the suffering arise? Then you examine or investigate or try to learn the causes of the suffering. Then you understand how the suffering is born. How the suffering is born, that understanding, that insight is called understanding, that is called Dukkha Samudaya Ariya Satya. Dukkha Samudaya Ariya Satya. Understanding the causes or the reasons for the birth of suffering. Then you have understood or you have extended your skills to understand the reality in this world in two senses. In the sense of there is suffering, in the sense of there is causes for the suffering. When there is a suffering, when there are causes for suffering, thirdly, you would understand or you would investigate, then you will examine how to cease, how to cease, how to eradicate, how to exterminate the suffering from the world, how to exterminate the suffering from the world. That examination or that insight, practice of that insight about the third noble truth, Dukkha Nirodha Ariya Satya. You are investigating about the reality, how to cease or exterminate the suffering from the world, from you. When you investigate the details or examine the details, how to exterminate the suffering from the world, then you would find the way of the cessation of the suffering, the way of the exterminating the suffering from the world. That is called the fourth or the last noble truth, Dukkha Nirodha Gamini Patipada Ariya Satya. When you investigate the way of the cessation of the suffering in the world, you will find a better way. That's called Eight Noble Path or the Eightfold Factors. Noble Eightfold Path. In Buddha's word, we say Majjhima Patipada or Aryatangika Magga. There are 8 factors. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa. In that way, you would examine these things and you would try to balance your life based on the 8 noble path or Aryatangika Magga. When you go on this path, when you are on the way of the Eightfold Path, at the end with the practice, you may attain the Nibbana. When you attain the Nibbana, maybe the level of attainment of Nibbana, according to your wishes, it would happen. If you wish to attain Nibbana as an Arahant, you would be an Arahant like Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana, Venerable Mahakassapa, Venerable Ananda, in that sense. If you wish to attain Nibbana as an individual Buddha, during the periods of the time of where Buddha or his dissemination or his order do not appear, we call Abuddhotpada Kala, the times of the it's a time that Buddha or Buddha's order are not born to in this world. Buddha-less time. During that time, you would be an individual Buddha, then you, even though you cannot preach the Dhamma, the people will come to you and offer the dana and get the blessing. That meeting with you, people, you as an individual Buddha, people will meet you to treat you in giving the four requisites. Because of that meeting, you may support people to attain Nibbana, and also that would be your last birth in this life, in this samsaric circle. If not, if you wish to attain the Nibbana like a fully enlightened one, you may enlighten the world as a Samma Sambuddha, then you would establish the Sangha's order and you would preach the Dhamma, then you would pass away and attain the Parinibbana before the end of your order. And the disciples will continue your order and they preach the Dhamma to the people. If not, maybe you would pass away as a fully enlightened one after the disappearance of your order. In this way, to attain the Nibbana with a level of Arahant or Pacceka Buddha or fully enlightened one, you need to travel on the Four Noble. You need to go on the Eightfold Path. You need to understand the Four Noble Truths. To understand the Four Noble Truth, to find the Eightfold Path and practice the Eightfold Path, in your mind there should be a skill to be practiced. That skill is called Dhamma Vichaya, or keen investigation or examination on the reality in this world. In Bhante Punnaji's words, it can be the investigating or investigation about the insecurity of the life. Therefore, the Buddha advises us, if there is a skill in your mind to understand or examine the reality in this world, if that process, if that investigation mentally, if it has been arisen, you need to continue this arisen practice of investigating the Dhamma. If you don't have such a mind of investigating about the reality in this world, you need to activate them newly and continue. When you investigate everything regarding the reality in this world and your life, in your mind there should be a mental thought or process. I have been investigating the reality. I am investigating the reality. Therefore, Dhamma Vichaya, Bojjanga is in my mind. If there is no investigation, you should know there is no Dhamma Vichaya Sambojjanga in my mind. If not, what I have to do is I have to give birth to that process in my mind. This is the way that you have to cultivate this. This spiritual skill is ajjattam. That means internal spiritual skills that cannot be done by your mind. That should be done by using your mind. That should be done by using your mind. Therefore, if there is no any investigation about the reality in this world, you must know there is no Dhammavicaya Bojjhanga in your mind. Then you have to understand, without that I can never attain Nibbana. If there is such kind of investigating skills about the reality in this world, in your mind, you must know this is a part of Dhammavicaya. This is investigating of the reality in this world. So I have that. I must cultivate that. I must develop it more and more, and it would help me to have the greatest understanding, the greatest realization, then attain to Nibbana, to be free from suffering. The most important thing, having thought in that manner, brothers and sisters in Dhamma, we need to know what are the necessary steps to activate this investigating skills in your mind. There are 7 factors to be practiced. There are 7 factors to be activated in your mind and in your life. They are, according to Numbers, Paripuchchakata. Paripuchchakata. Second is Vattu Visadakiriya. Vattu Visadakiriya. Third one is Indriya Samatta Patipadana. Third one is Indriya Samatta Patipadana. Fourth is Duppanya Puggala Parivajjana. Duppanya Puggala Parivajjana. Fifth is Panyavanta Puggala Sevana. Panyavanta Puggala Sevana. The sixth is Gambhira Jnana Paricha, Gambhira Jnana Charya Pachavekkana. Lastly, we see Tadadimuttata. Tadadimutta. I may explain these 7 in brief for you to practice and understand in. The first one is Paripuchchakata. Paripuchchakata means, brothers and sisters, you have to question your teachers and you have to question your fellow Dhamma brothers and sisters. You have to read the Dhamma text, commentaries, sub-commentaries for that. Paripuchchakata means investigating everything from the experts. Maybe from the teachers you can gain the knowledge. From the text or the books based on that matter, especially from the teachings of the Buddha discourses, then the commentaries written for the discourses, and the sub-commentaries written for the commentaries to explain the Dhamma concepts. Well, you need to study these things. When you study these things, whatever you lack of the knowledge, you will complete the knowledge. You will acquire the knowledge. You will understand. You will add the knowledge. That is called, this skill is Paripuchchakata. To complete Dhammavicaya Bojjhanga keen investigation, you need to have a habit of learning from your teachers, experts, fellows, and books related to the subject. Then Vattu Visada Kiriya. Second one is the Vattu Visada Kiriya. Vattu Visada Kiriya means you need to be clean internally and externally. You need to maintain the purity internally and externally. When we come to internally, you have the 5 skandhas. Chakku, Sota, Gana, Jihva, Kaya, Mana. Eye, Chakku is eye, Sota means the ear, Gana means the nose, Jihva means the tongue, Kaya means the body. In this way, you have the Panchaskandha. You need to maintain these skandhas or the 5 faculties with purity. That means you need to wash your eyes, you need to wash your mouth, you need to wash your body and maintain the cleanliness, clean in nature or purity. That is, if there is something poison in your body, you need to clean that poison to be free from the poison nature in the body. That is called internal purity. External purity means you need to keep your rooms, house, garden, clothes, dresses, books, and whatever materials you use daily clean. When you maintain the purity of your internal and external matters, that clean in nature, that purity will cause you to understand everything, and that will help you to have the insight. Because cleaning is a matter of cleaning dust. That means making others happy. On the other hand, exterminating the dust. Exterminating dust. Destroying the dust. That means cleaning. Cleaning is the symbol of the pure wisdom. When you maintain your internal and external purity, it would help you to cultivate investigating skills in your mind. That is called Vattu Visandakiriya. Thirdly, Indriya Samatta Patipadana. You need to maintain the balance of your 5 spiritual faculties and 5 powers or 5 strengths. 5 powers means, or 5 spiritual faculties means Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. Saddha, the unshaken confidence. Virya means the right efforts. Samadhi, Saddha, Virya, Sati means the mindfulness. Samadhi means the concentration, and Panya means wisdom. When your 5 spiritual faculties are higher than your 5 spiritual strengths or 5 powers, that is not balance. When your 5 powers or strengths are higher than 5 spiritual faculties, you are not balanced. When you maintain both together in a balanced manner, that balanced manner would support you to quickly attain the Nibbana. Quickly attain to Nibbana. That is called Indriya Samatta Patipadana. Then Puggala Duppanya Puggala Parivajjana. Dubbala Puggala Parivajana means not to associate the foolish people or fools. When you associate someone who is foolish, stupid, what happened to you is there is no support for you to activate the investigating skills. Then the fifth one is Panyavanta Puggala Sevana. You need to have an association with the experts or the wise people, noble people who support you to understand everything. Then Gambhira Jnana Charya Pachavekkana. You need to cultivate your wisdom day by day. When you think of something, you should know, I have an insight about this thing, this is the right thing. You have to cultivate that thinking as a wisdom more and more to think deeply. Tadadi muttatati. When you, the last one is when you think of Dhammavichaya Bojjanga, after that I have a Dhammavichaya or investigation skills in my mind. When you understand that one, that understanding would cause you to continue that skill. Whenever you don't have such kind of a skill, you must understand there is no something like that in my mind. Then you understand if there is no, I need to cultivate or activate that. That knowledge, following Dhammavichaya concepts or examination skills, having understanding whether I have those skills, thinking of that process, thinking of whether you possess or not those skills, and if there is to skills to cultivate, and if there is no skills of investigation to activate them newly, that understanding, that process is called tadadimuttata. In that way, brothers and sisters, you need to have to cultivate this Dhammavichaya Bojjanga as a spiritual practice in order to attain Nibbana. In order to attain Nibbana. For an example, I would like to advise you telling a brief story. You know the King Milinda and Venerable Nagasena. Between these erudite peoples, they had a lot of debate. Once, Venerable Nagasena is questioned by King Milinda, how old are you? Asking the age, how old are you, Venerable Sir? Let us say one number. As our wish, Venerable Nagasena says, I am 25 years old, Your Majesty. Then the king again questioned this Venerable, who is 25? Venerable Nagasena. This age, is this age Venerable Nagasena, or when is the Venerable Nagasena this age? How to reply? Then Venerable Nagasena look at the king up and down from his head to toe, from top to bottom, bottom to top. Having look at that, in that way, he questions the king, Your Majesty, there is a shadow of you, now you are here. Who is the king? Is the shadow is the king? Is the shadow king, or you are the king? Then Venerable Nagasena, the king says, Venerable Sir, I am the king. The shadow is not the king. The shadow stands because of me. You see, how is the wisdom? How is their knowledge? This knowledge was acquired by them because of cultivating this Dhammavichaya concept. What happened is this Venerable Nagasena was the chief monk in his previous life. Then the King Milinda was the novice monk. Having swept the floor, grounds and clean, this chief reverend gathered the dust into a dustbin and advises these small novices to throw away. Then these small novices angrily got the dustbin and throw to the river. When he was throwing to dustbin to the river, he said, throwing the dustbin from one place is cleaning some place. Cleaning some places supports to have the wisdom. Therefore, in the next lives, I should have a keen and sharp wisdom. In this way, he wished. What happened? He was born as the king, Milinda Panye. Venerable Nagasena was the chief monk. He followed this novice in the previous life to see what he was doing. Then he heard this utterance. After that he said, this novice monk put a wish in that way from a dustbin that I have collected. Having cleaned a dustbin that I have collected, then I am the person who cleaned the whole the places. If he can wish in that way, I should have the ability to wish more than something like that. Something more than that. Then, having thought in that manner, he wished, when the waves of the river comes to the river bank control these waves. In the same manner, in the sansaric life, until I attain Nibbana, I should have a great and sharp wisdom to defeat everyone who comes to me. Because of that wish to have the insight or wisdom, they cultivated investigating. They investigated how they investigated. Cleaning one place, cleaning dustbin or recycle bin, cleaning the compounds or grounds or temple or houses or everything is a matter of cleaning, to clean or make some place pure. That would cause us to have a great wisdom without difficulties. That would cause us to see a pure wisdom, have a pure wisdom. In that way, they investigated this process. Both novice monk and the both chief monk and the novice monk, having investigated that both venerable thought it's a good spiritual skills, and they investigated the matter mentally and wish to have the wisdom. That is Dhamma Vichaya. Investigate in the reality. Brothers and sisters in Dhamma, you also can cultivate your spiritual skills, Dhamma Vichaya, in that way to investigate reality in this world. Look at yourself, look at your surroundings and think of the reality and try to activate these skills. Still you don't have, if you don't have it yet, still you have something like that, try to develop more and more, then you would be able to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. I think this is enough for you to understand what was the Dhamma Vichaya Bojjhanga. Now I am happy. If there is any question for you, from you to answer. Brothers and sisters in Dhamma, now your chance to question me.
Bhante, thank you for the very excellent sharing, Bhante. Okay. Here it seems that we have a few questions posted online for us, Bante. I will put it up for everyone to view it and also for Bante to see it. The audiences are still welcome to
Sure.
post additional questions.
How to help our non-Buddhist friends to understand the reality preached by the Buddha. Thank you, Bante. Thank you, brother or sister, for this important question. Non-Buddhist friends, you no need to tell this is from the teachings of the Buddha until they understand, but you can further describe how to understand the reality in this world. When they understand, they will see something positive. After that, later, they will question from where you acquired this knowledge. And then lastly, we would say these are the teachings of the Buddha to look at reality in this world. It's another way. There is the other way as well. The non-Buddhist, widely people practice Buddhism as a religion. There is no concept Buddhism as a religion. Buddhism is a philosophy of life. So whether they are Christians, whether they are Islams or Judaism or any other, they can practice this philosophy. And they can use this, they can utilize this as a philosophy to understand the life. In that way, you can describe these things to your non-Buddhist people. There is no harm when they learn Buddhism in that way. I think that would be enough for you. Any other questions? Chui Vaikin. Some monks have different interpretations of the Dhamma. The Theravada, Mahayana, and Tibetan Buddhism sometimes have different interpretations of Dhamma. What's the Bante's opinion of this involving Dhamma Vichaya? Dhamma Vichaya is important in that case. My instruction is you do not get mixed with Mahayana, Theravada, Vajrayana or Tibetan. Some people are in this world, they just, whether it is Mahayana, Theravada, Vajrayana, whether it is no sects or no traditions, just we respect to the Buddha only. We don't consider. They go to Mahayana temples, Vajrayana temples, Theravada temples. They learn different things, different traditions, teachings, and they think every tradition teach the same thing. Therefore, one thing in this regard, you have to learn only Theravada Buddhism. When you learn only the Theravada Buddhism, what I said, you can use as the skills of Dhamma Vichaya to investigate. When you investigate in that way, you would later on you will examine what the Mahayana Buddhism says, what the Vajrayana Buddhism says, then you would see the differences. When you see the differences between the concept of the Dhammas, among the concepts of the Dhammas in Vajrayana, Theravada, Mahayana, the skills of Dhamma Vichaya will help you to understand the best one. The best one. First learn Theravada Buddhism and try to activate the skills of Dhamma Vichaya to investigate everything. After learning and after practicing, you follow other tradition with the sense of understanding the differences. When you understand the differences in comparison to Theravada Buddhism, you would understand the reality, then you can select what you think as the best. I think that would be enough. Anchi Eng, thank you Bante for teaching. Can you elaborate on the balance between 5 Indriya and 5 Bala? How are we supposed to cultivate and acquire the balance? Thank you Bante. More important questions. 5 Indriya means Saddha, Sati, Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. These are called 5 spiritual faculties in Buddhism. You need to cultivate what we call Saddha, unshaken confidence. If your unshaken confidence, which represent 5 spiritual faculties, are higher than the mindfulness or sati or virya in the same faculties, you cannot cultivate, you cannot investigate. When you have the unshaken confidence and the virya into the level of the unshaken confidence should be the level of the virya. Its level should be the mindfulness level. Then the others. In the same way, you have to balance each way. If your level of unshaken confidence higher than the efforts, you just accept the people what Buddha said only, you accept, then you don't try to activate the wholesome things newly, and you don't try to continue the existing wholesome things, and also you don't try to eradicate the existing unwholesome things in your mind, and also you don't try to let your mind to support to eradicate or not to give the births of the newly unwholesome things. In that way, your efforts are not activated by you. If your strengths of the efforts are not equal with the level of the unshaken confidence. If the unshaken confidence level is higher than that of the level of virya, yes, you accept what the Buddha said, but you don't try to practice and try to cultivate them. Therefore, the both unshaken confidence and the level of the effort should be equal together. Then other levels, when it comes to the 5 bala, that is also by name Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. Saddha is you should have you should consider as a power of mind. Then you should consider it as a as one of your power as effort. Then the mindfulness should consider as a power, and samadhi and panya also you should consider as your own power within your body. Then these also should be together. Then it will be equal. When they are equal, you can cultivate Dhamma Vichaya in a balanced way. That balanced way would be the most important support for you to attain Nibbana. If not, for example, your level of the Saddha, the level of the Virya is lower than the level of the Saddha, then Saddha's Saddha level is higher than the Virya. What happened? You believe the Buddha Dhamma and Sangha, but you don't practice what Buddha said. You don't try to do. Therefore, the Saddha and balance and Virya and the others should be equal together. Thank you so much for that. I think it is clear now. Buddha says avoid evil and do good. What are the evils to avoid and what are the goods to cultivate? This is just you should have the understanding of the Dhamma. That means the Dhamma which Bojjhanga is important for in this case. What are the good things, what are the bad things, and what are the good things to cultivate? Now, as a Buddhist, you should have enough ability to understand that. What are the good things? You go to the 10 wholesome factors. The 10 wholesome factors should be the good things. The 10 unwholesome factors would be the bad things, evil things. If they are evil, if there are 10 wholesome factors as the good, then you know the definitely the 10 wholesome factors you need to good and you need to do and cultivate. In that way, you have to understand that one. In another word, if I say, you know, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, or Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Dana, Sila, Bhavana. These are called three wholesome matters. Dana, offering Dana, Sila, observing Sila, and cultivating meditation, practice of meditation. These are the good things to do. The opposite side, cultivating craving, misbehavior, bodily and verbally, and if you don't cultivate meditation, those would be the bad thing. Then you have the knowledge what are to cultivate. Dana, Sila, Bhavana are to be cultivated. In another concept, threefold trainings. Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. Sila means observance of the precepts, and also Samadhi means cultivating concentration, and wisdom doing the things to support to enhance the skills of wisdom or increase the wisdom. These are the things that you have to have for your training, for your self-control. The other things, in contrast, them would be the bad thing to not to do. I think that's enough.
Bante, thank you. That's about all the questions we have for today, Bante.
Okay,
Thanks for
brother
the
Eric.
excellent answer from Bante and also the equally good question posted by our audiences. Okay. A kind reminder, dear Dharma
Yes, of
friends,
course I'm
our
happy
next
about
Dharma
that.
sharing will be on next week, Friday, 16th of October 2020 at 8:30 p.m. with the topic Niriya Energy. So, Dharma friends, do remember to join us again next week, Friday. So, before we conclude, we would like to invite Bante Vinita to share the merits accrued today, all the devas and our departed loved ones.
Okay, let us recite together. Itamme ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Itamme ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Itamme ñātinang hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. May all the departed ones in your family by your name attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Akasattaa ca buම්mattaa Devānāgā Mahindikā Puññantang anumoditva Chiran rakkantu loka sāsanang Chiran rakkantu desanang Chiran rakkantu maṁ paranti. May all the deities having received these merits attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. May they bless you. May all the brothers and sisters be well and happy. May be free from sufferings, all kinds of suffering. May all the brothers and sisters, including me and you all, be able to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana sirisa niccang buddhapachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukham balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti memaca ato nibbana sampatti minate samijjatu.
Now we have come to the end of our Dharma sharing session today. On behalf of Buddhist Mahavihara, we would like to extend our highest thanks to Bhante P. Vinita Thero for the very excellent sharing today. Also to our generous sponsors and to all our audiences. May all beings be well, peacefully. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.